Welcome back to another episode of this. Actually, this is just the floor. This is our lead to Hannah, not Hannah Hamill, it's Anna Hamill, the geek woman of La Mancha. Let's continue with that. And for some reason, we somehow cannot talk to her. Why? Why is it that we cannot talk to her? What's wrong? I thought that she would give us some clue also. For some reason, it's just... Wait a minute. Is there something up? No. We can interact with the game. Okay, everything is fine then. I was just kind of confused that we cannot get any hint from her. Alright. It might be that we kind of skipped the whole situation here.
I won't buy anything from you.
Let's just skip her because we were so thorough in our investigation that we can now... Actually, look at this. We are here. This is the whole map. This is, if we zoom in a little bit, this is where we are at the moment. And the key can be completed this way over there. So slightly further north. Let's just ignore me doing all of that just to get some experience. Actually, it's not just experience now, we also get some nice Nika-cola thingies. Nice, 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 nice. It's so important that we do this because I don't want to run out of experience every time soon. No, actually, I just want to have all the experience that I can get. Nicole! Alright, let's do this, and this, and this, and this, this, and this. That one is strangely... I don't have any RAM anymore. Alright, so this is the building where we continue, right? It's where the all of the arcades are located. Can't open that though. So let's go further upstairs to see where this is going. And this one is closed. This one is closed. This is money. Yes, hello. It's one of the few people who actually do their job. It's just some janitor doing its thing. It's perfect. Use technical ability. Where do we need to go? Upstairs. Okay, so this technical ability thing just opens up a room for us to sneak into and for some reason climb up on shelves also. There we go. We got all of that stuff. Hey, nice. Ah, come on, really? I just don't get it. Why is it that items on the floor are so impossible to collect? What's wrong with these? Same with this. Like, this one can be picked up fairly easily. The coffers, of course, they're fairly voluminous. They have a nice, like, depth thingy to it. And yeah, this one's just standard stuff. Then this door, where do we go to? From here, there's a nice way to climb up on there further, and get it on a higher level. So let's just what's a okay? This is just there for distractional purposes. So let's just connect to this and see. Yada yada yada. Okay, this goes at the end, this goes at the front. 1C, 55, 55, 55, E9. Okay. This is the wrong one. We need 1C, 55. That's the wrong one. This is the wrong one because there's no 55 afterwards. This is the wrong one because there's no 55 on this level. This might be the right one. 1C, 55, 55, 55, 1, 2, 3. Followed by an E9. This is the wrong one. There we go. So we go bam, bam, followed by this one and an E9. And we got all of the codes in there fairly easily. Perfect. Exactly the way it should be. Now, let's see where we end up if we climb up a little bit. If, as I guess already, that will probably fry myself a little bit. But this one cannot be opened. This one cannot be opened. So where is it that we end up at if we continue this way? That one can also not be opened. What is this building? And why is it somewhat connected to all of that? Ah, I think I've seen this one. This is somewhere on the other side. Wait a minute. This is just the washers. Let's just put all of the distract enemies thingies on there. Waste all of the RAM that we have at the moment. Just in case, because we need all of the experience points that we can master. So that's really strange though. Like some of them, there we go. That one can be applied. That one can be applied. That one, I don't know, doesn't really scan that well. There we go. All of a sudden this one works. It's just weird. Some of them work, some of them don't. I just want to hammer the button. Let's get some experience into that. And that is basically it. Now, let's get the floor higher than this. See what else we can get from here. That one is locked, that one is locked. That might be... Is this the room? It looks like this is the room. So that is not it. That is not it. Alrighty. You can only open it if you have technical ability 6. So what would you do if you wouldn't have technical ability 6? Would you need some kind of a lockpick also? Maybe an entrance from the outside. Let's have a look around. And there seems to be a person. That could be Anna Hamill. Whoa!
Not one more fucking step!
Jesus.
Who put out the hit? Give me a name!
Here to warn you. Okay, yeah,
Anna, drop this investigation. It's in your best interest.
That a threat?
No, it's just
remind you, you're the one in the fucking crosshairs.
Yeah, I know. I just want to help.
Hey, easy. I just want to help.
Help? Phonic implant must be fried. I think you meant intimidate.
Just to end your investigation.
No.
Really pissed off the wrong people.
Which people? Tell me what fucking people!
Your buddies at the NCPD. Actually, I don't have any clue. It doesn't matter. Let's say that
your buddies at the NCPD set you up.
I have no clue about
I fucking knew it.
The backstory.
Robert Kowalski and Bill Adams. Motherfuckers.
Let it go. It's not worth it.
Exactly. Frozen, right?
Yeah. Know what? I'm not letting scumbags get me killed. Fuck them. Fuck this job. Fuck this city.
What's next for you?
What's next for you?
What? We tunes all of a sudden? The hell do you care? I dropped the case like you wanted. You can
Thank you.
Fuck off, Merc.
Yes. Okay, so this is how you diffuse the situation. I was kind of confused there for a moment.
I'm working here.
Because I had forgotten about all of the backstory of her whatnot. I just knew that I had to find Anna Hamill. But yeah, this is one of the possible outcomes probably. The other one might be her just shooting at us, or I don't know. And there's of course Sniper. Contemporary Netrunner groups. What are those groups then? Among all notable Netrunner groups or cells in recent years found in translation has undoubtedly emerged as the most infamous, the 4 members of the group, known only by their aliases JDAP, SK and BPM, primarily target major braindance studios and productions. The first reported cyber attacks perpetuated by found in translation fit were breached of studio data fortresses that contained braindance files slated for release. They made slight adjustments to the recording data in order to replace positive emotions towards corporations with hot-blooded hate and to erase corporate logos that were planted for promotional purposes, so marketing, advertising stuff. In July 2076, after a fit-altered version of the braindance Badlands raid hit the market in the Pacific Northwest, many customers took to the streets of Seattle in a search of violent anti-corporate riots. Following the incited studios, followed the incident. Studios tightened security measures, and law enforcement authorities formally recognized FIT as a terrorist cell that posed a significant risk to public safety and order. In response, FIT adopted its tactics. Rather than solely launching attacks on braindance producers, they have begun to infiltrate domestic and commercial braindance units to corrupt or alter data. The most recent data manipulation attacks on the braindance Wasteland Fury and Slave to the Supervisory Board have cemented their reputation as a formidable Netrunner cell that refuses to yield to outside pressure. So they use their Netrunner skills to change the advertisement or the narrative in media outlets, let's say. So, because this is actually something interesting, right? Because everything you see in media, if you think about it consciously or not, is put there probably, right? Not all the time, but most certainly, like more than 50%, let's say, in order to push you into a target group, let's say, right? Let's say you see a movie, for example. In this movie, someone drives a car. This car has a logo from a certain car manufacturer on it, or you know exactly what this car looks like, what manufacturer it is connected to, right? Just by form, just by the chassis of it, then advertisement already goes up. The problem is, of course, you cannot advertise for something that is too high class, let's say, right? But sometimes you just use a high class object as a beacon in order to force lower tier purchases, right? So you have a high class, really expensive item, and you use this to in this case make all the lower tier options, the cheaper ones, be so much more impressive and so much more valid in terms of purchase. This is something that you can do, right? Just put in your best horse, show your best horse in there, like your best whatever it is object, your best product, and then everyone that wants that product but has no money to afford to buy that will probably go to the second best or third best or whatever, just because they know this brand is pretty good, right? This is something really legit, right? Because this is something that humans use in their brains in order to make quick decisions, right? Because every human uses machine learning. Like, machine learning is nothing more than biological neural networks, right? That are translated into machine code. But actually the idea comes from the way neural networks and brains and everything. Like, we have a short circuit, or like something, a simple connection in the brain, right, that is trained by some outside input in order to make quick decisions, because you cannot have something high of some high energetic need, let's say. So let's say you need an awful lot of energy to compute for a certain output, right? So your brain would be inclined to just make this thing as simple as possible, right? So a shortcut, basically. And it creates those shortcuts via those, let's say, machine learning codes, neural networks. Like, we took those neural networks and put them in machine code, of course, but the idea is the same. It's just a falling down simplification of a more complex connection. And this is just there to save energy in terms of computational expense, just to make it more efficient, right? In the end, it just means it works better with less energy input, and this is great, because you need those every bit of energy in order to survive, right? So let's see what we can do with this one. 2 additional energy messages. Anna, like in the subject, thought I could do this, but really couldn't. I could try to think of some inspired season to back out of this, but it would be a waste of your time and mine. I'm a coward and I know it. I won't testify. I'm sorry. Masato, please think this through. We are so close now. We have a real chance to lock those bastards behind bars. Your safety is in my hands. You're not in this alone, and I'm telling you, this is zero risk for you. You really want them to keep on like this when we can do something about it. Hope to hear from you soon. Hey, I'm writing an answer. That guy you heard about at the market, according to your recordings, is named Finn Gersted, known around town as Fingers, real scuzzbag type. Few skews lose the uncle you never want to leave the kids with. Scrawny, unkempt, balding, dried out like a chili left in the sun. He looks like a lizard suffering a crank withdrawal. His sense of style says something between everyone look at me and I'm a teenage girl in a drunk 40-year-old bum's body. In the end, colorful, flamboyant, disturbing. It's like, okay, we know Fingers, right? Now for the interesting stuff. This creature is an established ripper in sex-biz circles, but really these fingers extend from petty thieves to off-the-books hustle to street orphans. Most importantly, you can never tell where the cyberware comes from exactly, but it has to have a permanent source. There's a good chance he has his fingers here. Okay, sorry about that one. In what's happening around Kabuki Market. As you suspected, slugs like him fuel the smuggle racket. And now listen, this is really all I can do. I'm already risking a lot getting this info to you. Please be careful. I'm seriously okay. I'm serious, okay? The atmosphere at the precinct is getting real shady these days. That's interesting. So somewhere in the precinct, people seem to not like the Fingers kind of character. She's playing Go, by the way. Really interesting. I have no idea how to continue this though. Anyway, and this is our way outside or inside. Look at this. This is also your second way in. Wait a minute. There's stuff there. Oh no, this is just the laptop. Okay, so you can get there if you jump up here and if you just go backwards. I said if you just go back. Oh yeah, I got the hiccups. Okay, if you just go backwards. Pretty easy to do. Only problem is knowing how to get backwards. So if you have no option of hacking into the door, go backwards like this and you're good, right? Because this thing is not locked. Otherwise, okay, otherwise you get fried, of course. But this is not the main idea here. Let's just go back like here, like that. Otherwise you would have to open this door here with technical ability 4 or whatnot, and if you don't play with this playstyle, then you're probably screwed. So use the jumping mechanic and get access to this apartment via the balcony over there. Alright. So much so to this. Only thing we have to do now is leave. Wait, this is not the exit. Leave the area to finish this little mission. Yeah, leave this little mission. It takes a little while to actually leave it. Why on earth is the thing still broken? Wait, this is Silver's, isn't it? Yeah, I know. I knew the color in there. See that? Some of them is breaching and some of them is distracting enemies. And where's that one going, by the way? I don't know. It still says leave the area. I probably still am in the area or whatnot. No, I'm not. Okay, so a certain height level still means something in this game. So let's
of the silver tongue, eh? Glad we got it all worked out. Contract closed.
Nice. And this is how you find Anna Hamill and also diffuse the situation without any bloodshed. That's nice. I would say this is the best way to do that. Even with all... Yeah, all of the gods down there kind of like taken care of. If you think about that in this manner. Anyway, let's continue with another little mission. Yeah. So what would that mission be? I will not choose that via the mission option thingy. I will just choose it via the whatever is close by kind of option. That's the Netrunner. Buy net running equipment and quick hacks here. I think I did that. This is the kind of, is it a pyramid dome? The, I don't know what it is. Troublesome neighbors. That's definitely what we need to do. Ghost Town, for example, just points me to the afterlife. What is Ghost Town? Ghost Town is a main quest. We don't need any main quest. So let's just focus on something else, right? So we did all of that basically. And we're going south now towards this gig. Troublesome neighbors. Alrighty then. Let's see where we end up at if you continue this day. And once we are close by, wait a minute, I could V for vehicle. Only problem is I have no idea which. There we go. There's the one. Which vehicle comes by, and it brakes immediately. Perfect. Ooh. I should just interact with that on a drive-by basis. See that? I shouldn't even take the items from it. Just to breach the whole thing, get the experience, and continue would be the best. So wait a minute. Bollocks. Should I drive that? Oh, come on. I always say stuff about. Ooh, close. There we go. This is why you should use a bike in this game. Not because it maneuvers any or controls in any way better when than a car. It's just thinner than any kind of car. So if you want to drive past any obstacle, any vehicle or whatnot, you will always fit no matter what. Oh, one won't work anymore. Anyway, as I said, you will always fit no matter what. I'm not really a huge fan of bicycles also, I don't know why. I just don't like them. Like personally, it's really difficult to control, right? You always have to hold its balance. It's good to control if it's driving forward, but once you try to turn it, get any rotation in there, right? Then you're basically screwed. And this is when the problems arise. Just from personal experience, really. Because those things are really heavy, right? And depending on your personal figure, let's say, it might be easier to hold this thing straight. And sometimes it's more difficult to do that. So if you're larger, let's say, or taller, then it's easier for you to hold the bike upright. Because that thing still weighs something, right? And because it does, it's not working. And yeah, because it still has some weight to it, right? It just gets extremely difficult to hold, to hold upright. So, if you're not that tall, if your feet can't even like, look at this. See that? This guy at the moment uses the toes, basically, right? The tip of the feet, to balance himself on the bicycle. This is not good. What you want is as much force on the ground as possible, and tippy-toeing the thing is not really good. So what you need is either a taller body or a slightly smaller bike, right? Just to have it, yeah, easier control. Because once you drive, you take the feet off of it, right? And everything gets easy nonetheless. In this case, in the game, you will not fall off the bike, but in real life you will. It's just something to keep in mind. Don't buy a bike that is taller than you. Just try to get it as close to the ground as possible. Or, yeah, try to get as close to the ground as possible for your own safety, really. So you can push it into the upright position more easily as well. Okay, and these must be the pachinko machines, I think. So let's get off of that bike here and hope that no one will interfere with that. So let's get that thing. That one is done for. That one for some reason is completely blocked. What is this? There's a second screen added to the first screen. I don't know why. Someone thought that this was funny-ish or whatnot. Oh, look at this. It's working. It's just not showing up. See that? You also hear the items coming off of it. This is not working. For some reason. For some reason it's not working anymore. Okay, that's weird. Whoa. This was not what I wanted to do though. Anyway, let's just take all of these. And wait a minute, there is also a hacking position thingy slot. Hold on. Right there.
Do you hear what happened in number 5?
What? He beat her again?
No, she flatlined him. Shot him dead.
Whoa.
No way. You sure?
I in number 6 side told me everything.
I don't see anything. Come on.
I'm serious. Bullet went right through the wall. I saw the body with her own 2 eyes.
Yeah, and your eyes are, I don't know what these eyes are. Fairly blind, that's what your eyes are. Anyway, let's get this stuff here.
I'm busy.
You just hold down the button to pick it up and then pick it up. Somehow it works. I don't know why. That works, and oh, 55. 55 1C9, okay. We did get the ice pick for it, but I have no idea what this thing does.
I'm not in the mood.
Yeah, he's of course not in the mood. I know. Let's ping this thing and get some quick hack experience, maybe. Breach protocol only. Alright, what do we got here? That's just what I like. It's why is it that it is impossible to pick up items if you're close to NPCs or whatnot? It's like a safeguard system almost. It has something to do with the distance you have to the object, really. So if you could just go further away for a little moment, then everything is alright. So let's connect to that point here. Whoa, see the matrix here? It's just so much larger. Usually it is a 1, 2, 3, 4 by... I think it's a 4 by 4 matrix or a 5 by 5 or a 4 by 5 matrix. But this one here is so much larger. Just because there's a 7A added on there. So 55 7A, that's the first one. Then there's a 55 followed by a BD 55 BD. Yeah, we cannot do anything with it. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's a maximum 7 code. We can still fit it in there. I just have to get a 55 7A. There we go. That's one. Actually, okay, I have 2 possible options. 55 7A, 55 55 BD, 55 BD. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so bum 7A, 55 55 BD 55 BD. That's it. It's fairly okay. It's fairly simple to do. You just have to again figure out how it's done. It's a bit iffy sometimes, but alright. So Before we continue with this little troublesome neighbors thing, we end this episode and continue, of course, with another one at another time, because this is a good start and a good end. Until then, like and subscribe. Ta-ta.